y'all, it's Shannon from Creative Chaos in Tennessee, and today I am back with another DIY embellishment video and giveaway. And today we are doing this adorable bunny. It's called My Little Jellybean, Marjorie Designs. And is this not the cutest, is this not the cutest little bunny ever? Like ever. Look how cute. And it's very layered up. Y'all know. I went a little extra with this one. And I think it's super cute. I feel like it washes it out a little bit. I did it in cream and then inked it in the brown just to give it more of a rustic type look. So we are going to put this one together. This is all of our pieces. And it looks like a lot, but it's really not. So first, this is my pieces for my bow right here. I'm going to go ahead and put those together. Because y'all know, if I can, I like to build individual pieces first, if it has it. And I am proud to say I used all scraps creating this. I have been working hard on digging through my box and using up scraps for stuff. And y'all know I am just loving it with all the spring and Easter and pastels. Oh, it literally just touches my heart. Literally, it makes me giddy. Like, I get so excited. Like, I love it. Okay, this is the center for the bow. And I'll put it on there, but it's going to get covered up, so it really don't matter. Oops. I'm just going to take some of this bling I've been working on. This has been from, like, Valentine's Day last year. I bought a bunch of them on clearance. A bunch of packs. Okay, so here's our bow done. And then next we are going to, let's see, let's work on the bunny. So here's our base. This is going to be the main base we put everything on. But this one's our bunny base. And to start off with, we do the foot. And like I always like to say, there is a method to the madness on how the pieces need to go down. So you got to do the foot first. Then we're going to put the ears on. Fuzzies from my ink thing. I did ink everything up beforehand because this one's a little more time consuming with all the pieces and where they need to go, so I went ahead and inked beforehand. Alright, so then we're going to add, this is the ear, the center of the ear. So this one's just going to line up here. And this one's going to go over here. And then the belly's going to go on. Which technically you could probably do the belly before you do the ears. But I always do the ears so that I remember ears have to go on before the head. That's just personal preference, I guess. And then the head's going to go on. And since I am layering this up, and it looks like its face is forward, like leaning over the jelly beans, I wanted to pop its face up so that it gives it a little more dimension, so it's not so flat looking. So I'm just adding this on with foam. And then I did a piece of foam here, and then I glued this part of the leg to this part. And then hold it down for a minute. That way it's kind of level here where it's connected to the body, but then it gives it some dimension on the foot part. Okay, so then, let's see. Arm, I did the same thing. I just put a little piece of foam down here at the bottom. And I don't pull that off yet because it's just going to stick to the jelly beans when we're done. And then the arm goes in here. And then we need a piece of foam for the tail. The little fluffy bunny tail. And on her file picture, it shows this goes under the butt. But I thought it was cute to leave it like this on the outside. All the way. So that his butt was more up in the air, I guess. On how it looks. So trying to get it lined up so you're not seeing the back part of it. Okay, there's that. And then for the face, this is the mouth part, and I added whiskers this time. So all I did was take my little pokey tool and I poked 3 little holes on each side. And this just takes an extra second, so the other day ago when I just drew them on, I was really just being lazy. Because this is really easy. And I always think it's hard. I have glue or something on my pokey tool and it's catching it. Okay, I'm going to glue this back on. Just kidding, don't do that. I always think that it's hard and time consuming, but it's really not. Once you actually do it, it's like, okay, why did I put that off? Okay, let's see if I can get this glue off. Okay. So, we're having a little small hole, not the whole thing. Okay, so then, pretty much, I'll make my holes back open. I have some fishing line, and it's just basic old fishing line I stole from my husband. And I'll run it in this side. I don't cut it and do each piece individual because it makes it hard to stay. But I run it through like that. And then same thing. If I can get a hold of it. And you can always trim them down. So it's better to make them a little bit longer than it is shorter. I'll run this one through here. Well, I thought I was, but I'm having problems today. Okay, so then this one goes through here. I tell y'all it's not hard. I promise it really ain't hard. It's just my fingers don't want to work today. Okay, and then this one. Okay. And then I kind of even them out. I make sure they're all facing the right direction down. And then I flip it over and I put foam on it. So I just put this right over all of them. And it holds it on perfect. And then all you have to do is pull this off and add it. Okay, so we're going to add this. And then, like I said, you can always trim your whiskers if you think they're too long. I like to have them different lengths, but again, it's just a personal preference thing. So, maybe this one needs a little bit shorter. Okay. So there's that part, and then I'm going to go ahead and chalk the cheeks. So I just have my brush and this, and last time I had quite a few of you guys ask about this and say that you cannot find it. So I got online and started looking, and when you put in chalk for crafts, it's going to always pull up the chalk pastels, and that's not the same thing. So that's for like painting or something, I don't know. But they're not the same as these. So I see if it made a difference when I looked on here, because I don't think this has a name brand. Oh, this was actually from Close to My Heart. Oh, I didn't know that. But I have two. I have both of the sets. But this was from a very, very, very long time ago. And of course, Close to My Heart isn't in business anymore. But I did look, and sometimes you can still find something that's similar. It's a different brand on Amazon. And then they also have this. You can get them on eBay of this exact thing. But the key is type in decorating chalk instead of chalk for crafts or chalk pastels. Because this says for a pastel touch, but this is decorating chalk, and it will come in a box like this. And the one of them I saw is like a big box with a bunch of different colors, but it is decorating chalk and not chalk pastels. So I hope that helps you guys. I had to go on a little hunt for it myself. So apparently it's very hard to find this. I think it's, I mean, like this is like from early 2000s probably, and whenever I bought those, so I don't really think they make them much anymore because people just don't use them. So I don't know. I need to do a little bit more research and see what the difference between decorating chalk and chalk pastels is. But that's for another day. That's a problem for future me. Okay, so there's the cheeks chalk. I'm going to put eyes on. It shows in her picture, I did have them a little closer to begin with, but like you kind of want these eyes more spaced out since the bunny's laying down looking at you. So I put them right at the edge of the snout piece, or whatever it's called, a muzzle. I guess it's a bunny muzzle. I don't know. Okay. So, and then this is our nose right here. This little piece. And then the hand will go on after we have the base part built with the jelly beans. So, that's our bunny. All except for doing the pen work type stuff with the eyes and all that. And we can add our bow on to our bunny. So I am going to put a piece of foam on here to pop it up. And there's our bunny. Is she not adorable? This would be cute to use just like this without the jelly beans. And you could lay it on top of a photo mat across your photo. Like the bunny's just, you know, chilling there. But I think that's super cute. Okay, so now this is going to go afterwards. We're going to take our base and use our jelly beans to build. And I had to look at the picture because there's different numbers of jelly beans for all of them. So I had to watch and I had to look and see what order they were supposed to go in, so I knew I was putting them in the right spots. So we're going to do this one here, and I'm going to start with this one instead of this one because some of them I'm going to pop up to give it some dimension. So that's my thought process anyways. So we're going to do the yellow one here and leave a space for the pink. And then a green one's going to go above this to go up under the bunny. I don't know why it has all these colors but only one orange. Apparently someone doesn't like orange jelly beans. That's what it says to me anyways. Okay, wait. Did the yellow. Oh, the pink's supposed to go there. Just kidding, we don't want it right there. We want it here, and then the orange one will go here. So here we need another green one. Right? I think so. Okay, green here, because the orange will go there. And then pink. This is why printing out the picture and going by that is very important. Whenever it comes to putting these things together, because it gets a little crazy and you're like, ooh, is that where that's supposed to be? Okay, and then the yellow one's going to go here. So I'm going to move that down a little bit. Let's see. There's a blue one that goes... Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put my foam on some of them so I can kind of see where the gaps are. And then I had to go back and change these. After adding the bunny, I noticed I had some white spots that wasn't supposed to be there. So I had to go back and rip a few of them up and change them around. But that's okay. Okay, so there's that one, and then the orange one. And then we'll figure out where these other blue ones go. And then, let's see. Okay, I'm going to put my bunny down just so I can kind of see where it goes. Okay, well, one's going to go there that I missed. The other one's going to go right here. Okay. It's going to go here. And then this one will go on foam. Is this not super cute? Okay, now we got it. Alright, so that's all of our jelly beans. And then I put foam tape and popped up my bunny down the back. Like I said, just to give it even more dimension on top of the jelly beans. Piece on the foot just so it'll kind of all be leveled out. Okay. Just gonna line it up. And then you have the hand. And what I did, since this was popped up so much, I put 2 pieces on the back of this, the paw, the bunny paw. To add it on right here. Alright, so pretty much there's our bunny so far. And then you're just going to come in and it's time for the little details. The eyelashes. And then the eyes. I don't know where my white pen went. I'm going crazy. Okay, so I'm just going to do the eyes. And then highlight the nose. And then I went around and I highlighted this bow on the extra little pieces. And I went around here. And I drew in a few lines. And then, of course, freckles. And I highlighted the jelly beans. And then I took my muted brown tri-blend marker and I just drew in the little eyebrows. And you could go around and do little highlights if you wanted to. I just used the same muted brown. I made a few of these because some of them will be Happy Mail that you guys will get for the participation over in my group. So I always like to give you guys, I make a few extra for Happy Mail and things like that. And then I just took the brown gray blend on the lightest one and then just went around the tail to fluff it up a little bit, make it look fluffy. So that is it for this piece. All you have to do is leave a comment to be entered to win, and I draw on the last day of the month. Come over to the group and play along with Shake It, Scrap It, Create It, and the weekly challenges on the group, and you will be entered to win Happy Mail, and you could win one over there doing that. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope it inspires you. I will link the cut file below. You can go over and get on Marjorie Ann Designs. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Until next time, bye y'all.